A legit 10 years. June of 16. You ever worked with one of those old guys that just never seem to be wore out at the end of the day? Well, I figured it out. About 10 years ago, I was working for a lumber company, and the owner, he couldn't have been 90? Owner, president, whatever it was. Old Vern. Had the giant, just absolutely giant hearing aids. Couldn't hear anything. But he would run around the yard, flipping boards, doing everything. And I finally asked him, I said, hey, how do you do it? He goes, you gotta spend your money on your boots, you gotta spend your money on your bed. Everything else is just for show. That kind of stuck with me, honestly. So that led me to looking into boots, figuring out, because at that point I was wearing the Cabela's like hiking boots or whatever, because you got to wear boots at work, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money on boots, but I was always hurting my back, my knees. Didn't matter. Everything was hurting. And so I upgraded my mattress. That helped some. But still, at the end of the day, it was a matter of everything just hurts. So I said, fine, I'm going to take all of his advice. And I upgraded my boots. And this is a story from 10 years ago. So I got these Hotshots June of 2016. This is the original sole, believe it or not. You see, I've worn through the rubber. I'm down to the leather. They are in desperate need of a rebuild, like bad. But all in all, I could not be happier. I've got my ridge lines that I've worn. These are going to be going on the shelf until I can get them rebuilt. I believe these are 8 or 9 ounce leather. You can see right here, still stamped. And I have no holes, no big blowouts like on my other pair. This one, I mean, yeah, they're in need of a rebuild, but honestly, for what I've put them through in the last 10 years, they're doing excellent. The only thing I've ever had to replace is the laces. Even the false tongues have held up amazing. Let's see, but the Hotshots have I forgot what they call it. It's like, they call it like iron leather for this extra midsole here. Because you got, you can kind of see it. This is rubber right here. This is where the seam is. There's your iron leather, rubber, and then your Vibram sole. You can still see it's Vibram. That's 10 years. I cannot believe how well they've lasted. I probably would have burned through 20 pairs of the hiking boots I used to wear. And now, send them in for a rebuild, I got another 10 years out of them easy. The original intent when I bought these was actually to get into wildland firefighting, but somebody came along and changed my mind, thankfully. And now I'm in construction and engineering. That's been one of the better things that happened to me. Man, I just cannot believe this is the other pair I was talking about in my last video about boots from Frankie. Man, I miss him. That he helped build these boots for me. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. And I'd heard about Nicks and I'd heard about Whites. At that point, I hadn't heard about JKs. But yeah, it was a toss-up between the Nicks and the Whites, because my boss decided that, you know, I'm going to work with both companies and get my employees a deal on them. And he saved us basically the tax after we did it. We go in, buy the boots. He basically got them for the cost of the boot minus tax. What was that, like 10%? But, I mean, the last 6 years, I have been hiking through chemical that dries out everybody's boots. So shout out to Open Offs for being the company that I put on my boots to keep them clean and keep them protected. I started out breaking them in with Open Offs oil, and after that I went to their heavy duty LP, which has been, you can't even see it. It's not even like, it's a little caked right here. You can just sort of see it right here in the high crease points. But having the rough out, they are ridiculously durable. Chainsaws, shovels, trucks. No major nicks, scratches, anything. I am just tickled that they have lasted me this long for how much you pay for a pair of boots. I mean, gosh, it was 500 bucks. Now they're up over 600, which honestly isn't bad. But and no, I'm not affiliated with Nicks. I want to be, but I'm not affiliated currently. So when I do get a new pair and get these sent in, I will give you another update on their customer service, because yeah, back when Frankie was there, the customer service was absolutely top notch. There was nothing better. Frank of Frank's Boots was one of the cobblers there working, building boots. Frankie, a couple other guys. I don't know exactly what happened to them all, if they're still there, if they've moved on to other companies. But yeah, it was 10 years, a 9-ounce leather. I believe it's a 9-ounce leather, 8 to 9 ounce. Now they're down to a 7 or 8 ounce. And still, that's not bad. In my experience, when it comes to the breaking into boots, don't let anybody tell you that a faster break-in is better. Because of the 5 people I know personally that have had boots that claim to be the fast, easy break-in, 2 pairs have had the eyelets come out that have had to be replaced. 1 has lost a speed hook, and the other 2 are already having cracks in places that my Hotshots have had 0 cracks, issues whatsoever. Now it could be that I just took better care of them. Could be that they're working them a lot harder than I am. But I would rather have an absolute butt kicking of a break-in than, an easy break-in that's gonna fall apart a lot faster. I've had no issues with the eyelets. And like I said, the only thing I've replaced is the laces on these boots. Oh man, I love springtime. Even with the storm last night, pollen's through the roof. It's kicking my butt. But yeah, I'm gonna get this all put together, and all I can say is that of the, let's just say the 4 big ones in Spokane, Nicks, Whites, JKs, and Franks. Nicks and Franks are the 2 I would go with, because I know for a fact they have the thickest, heaviest, strongest leather. I've never had JKs. I've never had Whites. But from what I've been told by guys that wear them, the leather feels lighter. Whether it's just a feel or it's actual, I don't know, because I haven't tried them on yet. Or maybe I will. Or maybe my next pair is gonna be another pair of Nicks Hotshots. Stick to what I know, stick to what's worked for me for the last 10 years of, like I said, chemicals, salt, weed killers, asphalt, tar, tack, everything and then some. And they're still holding up. Maybe I'll get lucky and get on a fire this year. Catch you guys later.